Daily Horoscope, the 24th of November 2016. Today, Jupiter and Pluto align. This powerful moment marks the beginning of a planetary relationship that will form the cosmic backdrop for the next few months, and much of 2017 too. It's a calling to look deep within ourselves, and explore the truth that lies in our hearts. Aries. March 21, April 20th. When I was young, just like a lot of kids, I went through an obsession with magic. These days, thanks to Harry Potter, it's even more prevalent. Who wouldn't want to change reality at the flick of a wand, or by murmuring a few powerful incantations? Right now, it's as if you're at a magic show and have been plucked from the audience. You're about to be transformed. Don't worry, you're not about to be sawn in half. The cosmos is simply showing you how magical your life really can be. Taurus. April the 21st to May the 21st. In California, people speak freely about journeys of inner discovery. It may sound a bit highfalutin, but there's a germ of truth in this notion. We are all here on this earth to learn, aren't we? We don't just want to stick in the same old patterns forever, do we? As Jupiter squares Pluto, coming into conjunction with your ruler, life now brings you a chance to move onwards and upwards. You can shed a skin, transcend a fear and explore new opportunity. Allow all this to happen and embrace it. Gemini. May the 22nd to June the 22nd. When some people play sport, they want to score goals. They hunger for glory. Others would rather defend. They appreciate the value of being in a team. Then there are those who choose to referee. To some players, this choice appears odd. But the ref is at the heart of the action. More than any player, they have the power to influence the outcome of a game. And their decisions have to be respected. Life now asks you to act as referee. But in the game you're playing, you don't have to be quite so impartial. Cancer. June the 23rd to July the 23rd. I'm pulling you off this case, says the chief to the ace detective. Our hero backs out, bemused. He's so close to discovering the villain. Could it be an inside job? Might his own boss be involved? He snaps out of it in time to duck a hail of bullets shattering through the window. We know how these stories go. We also know that, no matter how thrilling, the main characters must survive or there's no story. With Venus conjunct Pluto in your opposite sign, you're caught up in a drama now. But don't take it too seriously. Leo. July the 24th to August the 23rd. In modern society, we like to think we've moved past the adage that might is right. That it's no longer the physically strong who dominate, but the mentally capable. Perhaps we should call it bright is right. Yet, we haven't progressed as far as we like to think. Because, either way, we're giving prevalence to one way of thinking over all others. Where's the place for emotional strength, empathy and creativity? Today, you instinctively know the way forward. Just use your natural charm and charisma. And you'll see. Virgo. August the 24th to September the 23rd. All small children go through a phase of wanting everything to be fair. If a brother or sister seem to be getting a better deal, they're quick to point out the inequity. As we grow older, we develop a more philosophical stance. We think, instead, in terms of swings and roundabouts. We recognize that winners in one arena may well turn out to be losers in some other area of life. And that is a fairer definition of fair. It's also the most appropriate way for you to look at how things are starting to pan out, at last, in your life. Libra. September the 24th to October the 23rd. Sometimes we're convinced that we know what's best for ourselves. Like confident drivers, We plow ahead, sure that the signs urging us to slow down can't be right, or only apply to other, less experienced, road users. And what happens? We end up in a jam, of course. It's why it's worth heeding those signs. They're not manipulating you, or trying to control your life. They're simply warning you to slow down. If you exercise a little restraint today, you'll find that you gain more control and have time to enjoy the journey. Scorpio. October the 24th to November the 22nd. Nothing's ever entirely easy. Difficulties rarely represent proof of insurmountable problems, placed in our path by scheming opponents. Almost always, they're just natural side effects of normal processes. Things have a habit of going wrong, and if we stay calm and stick with them, they have a habit of turning out all right again. As Jupiter links to Venus, conjunct to Pluto, try not to get caught up in a misleading vision of how things should be. This is the real world and it's not as far from perfect as you fear. Sagittarius. November the 23rd to December the 21st. There's a game you can play on a pool table, with only one ball and no cues. The winner is the person who manages to get the ball closest to the opposite cushion. But first it must bounce off that cushioned edge, then back off the one closest to the player, before honing in on its final position. The key is to apply the correct force. You're facing a situation which needs to be assessed carefully. Be skillful. A minor adjustment can have a profound result today. Capricorn. December 22nd, Jan 20. What stops you rewriting the rule book? Why can't you break with tradition and do things differently from now on? Ah yes, those responsibilities. The commitments you've already given. Aren't they tedious? Well, in one way they're dulling the edge of what would otherwise have been an exciting experience. Yet they're surely also precious. With the influence of Mercury conjunct Saturn still strong, and Venus conjunct Pluto, don't resent what's keeping you in check. Try to recognize all that you have to be grateful for. Aquarius. Jan 21, February 19th. We can all be our own worst enemy. After all, who knows how to push your buttons better than, well, you? Today, your desire to make some positive changes seems to have been forced into a backward spin by life's inexhaustible ability to present new challenges. Yet, amid the confusion, there are opportunities to make progress. Sometimes you just need to explore new angles of approach in order to shift the balance. Actually, those challenges are teaching vital skills that will, eventually, make all the difference. Pisces. February 20th, March 20. When Superman races to the rescue, does he stop to conduct a series of background checks to decide if the victim deserves his intervention? Even with the ability to fly, bend metal and see through walls, he's not bestowed with infallible ability to judge character. That's why his enemies generally have to wear costumes. As Jupiter squares Pluto, which, itself, is about to be conjoined by Venus, you're being asked for assistance. Should you really try to decide if someone deserves this? Or should you just supply it?